There have been many things that I have grown to love and have loved since the start of my life, essentially, and throughout the 4+ decades I have been on this earth. First of which is winter. I love winter. I love cold weather. I love winter sports. I love to ski. I probably have over 100 days on the slopes in my life. Skiing is probably one of my most favorite things to do. I just like being outside in the cold weather. And then most recently, what I've really been turned on to are competitive shooting or shooting competitions. I'm not very competitive, but one thing I've come to love is shooting competitions. The challenge that it brings, improving in my accuracy, my overall fitness, but not necessarily at the same time. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. As I mentioned in that little intro, I love winter and I love shooting, I love backpacking, hiking, camping, all that stuff, but I've never really done it in the winter. I've never really been outside for that amount of time without coming inside to get warm. You know, when I go skiing, you sleep inside, nice and warm. You go out, you go skiing, you dress appropriately. You go into the lodge for lunch, or you go back to your place for lunch. You go back out, you come back. We usually rent a place with a fireplace, and you just warm up afterwards. There will be none of that. So historically, the highs in Virginia in January are in the 40s, and historically, the lows in Virginia in January are in the 20s. So gonna have to make some gear changes to make sure that I am able to withstand the cold and stay warm, stay insulated. Different caloric intake in the winter. Your body is generating more heat. You need more calories. You're probably going to be in that 3,000 to 4,000 calories per day range, if not more. Your body just needs to stay warm. I will say that since I started my skiing career, I guess, since I started skiing in the 90s, the early 90s, up until now, the clothing and the layering systems, the insulation has made drastic improvements. So, I'm probably going to wear an insulating, like a long john underneath, and then some sort of pant. If it's going to be snowing, I might even opt for a snow pant. I do have a bib. Not that I really want to run around in a snow bib, but I could wear that. And if it's going to be that cold, I'll probably wear a down jacket along with my ski jacket. It's got a hood, and we're going to have a full face mask. We're going to sleep in a beanie because you lose a lot of the heat through your head in the winter. Insulated sleeping pad. We're going to need a second pad to really mitigate that heat transfer down to the ground. If you know anything about physics and chemistry and thermodynamics, heat transfer, we lose heat to the ground. Our body, your heat goes from warm to cold. So in essence, your body is trying to heat up the ground because that's how things work. And what you do with your gear is you prevent that heat transfer, that heat loss. So, we're going to be in gloves. I'm thinking about wearing some or buying some down booties to sleep in because your feet are furthest away from your heart. I might bring a Nalgene bottle and boil some water before bed and throw it down at the bottom of my sleeping quilt. Speaking of which, the coldest I have ever camped down to is probably in the mid-30s. That's the coldest that I have camped outside, and I was comfortable. I wasn't like overly cold, freezing, that I had to get up and do jumping jacks or just pack up because I was so cold. But if the lows are in the 20s, this is going to be a completely different ball game. Forget about it if it's going to be even colder than that. I'm probably going to have to buy a 0-degree sleeping bag once I know a little bit better. If there's snow on the ground, it's going to be a completely different ball game because of traction. We're going to have to, if you're post holing, your shoes are going to get wet. And I was just at the range this morning, and it's still wet out there. My Under Armour boots are no longer waterproof. Not that they really ever were, but they've definitely increased their permeability with the water. So Definitely going to have to make some gear changes, but my goal, last time we didn't finish because of injury. I really, really would hate to have to quit because of being cold. Not cold, but cold. So I'm not worried about, the shooting will be there. I'm not worried about the shooting, even though I have an incomplete rifle. The optic will be here this week. I'm not worried about the rucking, although if it is like icy, that would be, I don't even know how we would ruck if it was icy. They would just be darn near impossible. You'd probably have to get like crampons or those yak tracks or something, which I have thought about if the traction on our shoes is going to be poor. But a lot of thinking is going to go into the gear for this competition, and definitely going to be a heavier load overall. But that is the main thing that concerns me about this competition, is the cold. And I hope that the people that maybe watch this video who are preparing for the January 2025 Mammoth Sniper Challenge, don't worry about the shooting so much. You all know how to shoot. That's why you're in this competition. But don't forget about the weather and your feet. I saw more people drop out because of their feet than any other reason. So I'm worried about the cold. But we're going to take the precautions. We're going to plan accordingly so that we're going to make it a non-issue. So Mammoth Sniper Challenge, January 2025 in Virginia. I'm worried about the cold. There are going to be more videos once I get this behemoth all settled and zeroed. We're going to walk through the complete setup process and get the 6GT chronode and whatnot. But this is the first video in preparation for the Mammoth Sniper Challenge, January 2025. Stick around. There's going to be more training videos. That's going to do it for this one. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment section below. We'll see you in the next video.